Hi, this video is for women who work in male-dominated industries. My name is Jacqueline Twilley. I am the founder and president of Zero Gap. We are a Dallas, Texas-based firm that specializes in working with women leaders in male-dominated industries. Today's video, how to use your LinkedIn profile in salary negotiation, can be a game changer for you, as it has been a game changer for many of the clients that I coach. When you think about your LinkedIn profile, it is the first impression that you have to many employers, whether that's a recruiter or hiring manager or someone who knows someone who's hiring. The great thing about this platform is that you control everything on it. It is more robust than a resume, so it really shows your personality. The way that it helps you leverage your skills to get more money is that with this platform, you can take all of the great things about you that doesn't fit into a 1 or 2 page resume and you put it on your profile. And by doing that effectively, you can move yourself from being an average earner to a top earner, or more importantly, from an under earner to an over earner. So I'm going to walk you through a couple of steps and tell you how it plays into your salary negotiation. But before we get to that, let's cover some basics of the LinkedIn profile. So when companies are looking up any candidate, whether they come through word of mouth or you've applied for a job online, they're going to do their research. And when they do their research on you, 9 out of 10 recruiters are going to LinkedIn. So it's absolutely imperative that you spend lots of attention on your profile to make sure that it's showcasing you in the very best light. Now, the next thing is you want to tell the story of why you are best at what you do. That's everything from your profile picture, the header picture, and your summary section. That profile picture is the first thing people see. So it needs to be a professional headshot, not a selfie, not a photo from you as a member of a wedding party, not a family photo, okay? It definitely needs to be your professional headshot. So lots of people will go out and they'll hire a photographer, but you can just go outdoors in a well-lit area, get the natural light coming in or be by a window and take a great photo with any type of smartphone and post it to your profile. The next thing is that header image behind your profile picture. It's default to blue with dots. That should reflect something about your personality or your expertise. And the great thing about this platform, I keep saying the great thing because it's so awesome. It's helped so many of my clients get $10,000, $15,000 more because they've showcased themselves accurately as an expert at what they do. So use that profile area behind you to showcase what you're good at. So it can be a picture of you on site working. If you've been featured in any articles or media, you can have that screenshot behind. The next thing is the summary section. So your summary, most people put their bio in there. They make sure it's keyword rich, meaning the keywords that are relevant for your industry and especially for the opportunities that you're looking for. Now with that, your profile picture typically shows up with your name and a tagline. Use your tagline to your advantage. It's that one snippet that someone sees. So when I was going through college, we used to talk about the elevator pitch. What's your 30-second spiel about yourself? Well, with LinkedIn, you get one line along with your picture, and that is your elevator pitch. So look at your tagline, that line that is underneath your name. Most people will have their title and at the company that they work for, and I don't think that's doing them a service. So to really highlight who you are and what you do, showcase your top skills. For instance, if you are a problem solver, in your tagline, I'm a problem solver in the healthcare IT space. Or if you are a financial analyst who has an eye for digital trends, that can be your tagline. It needs to be something creative. This is your chance to catch somebody's attention, to get them to look at your profile. And they're going to look at the tagline before they look at the summary. Okay? So LinkedIn has a couple of different parts. There's a part that most people see, that you and I see when we log on, but then there's another section for people who are in sales, and there's another section for recruiters. And so with that, they're really using it like a search engine. Just like we use Google to search for things, companies can buy access to a different version of LinkedIn and they can search as well. So as you're filling out your profile, in order for you to be able to command top dollar for a position that you're applying for, you really need to showcase yourself as someone who's, one, easy to find on the platform, two, you're taking your professional brand very seriously by making sure you have your profile filled to 100% complete status, and going beyond that, one more level is making sure you have the relevant keywords. I want to go back to something I said a little bit ago. This platform, you control 100% of what you say about yourself. Most women have a challenge speaking about themselves. So they downplay compliments and they don't really like to talk about themselves or quote unquote brag. This is your chance to shine, ladies. This is where you separate yourself from everyone else and talk about the value you can deliver to the employer. And so you do that by telling the story through this dynamic form of a resume. So looking at my notes real quick, education and certifications are important, but we all know more than education and certifications, it's your work experience that matters. I'm starting to see more and more that employers are not even requiring a degree for certain positions. So if you are someone who has leveled up in education and certifications, most definitely add that to your profile. But above and beyond that, you have to be able to talk about the results you deliver. So when people are preparing for job interviews, a lot of job candidates will use a method called STAR. And STAR is how they frame their answers to interview questions. So with the STAR method, people will start with talking about a situation. Then they move on to talk about a task they completed, the action steps, and most importantly, the results. So use the STAR method similarly when you're preparing to go into a LinkedIn profile review, making sure you showcase yourself in the best light. Going through that STAR method: situation, task, action, and result. Most importantly, the result. So as you go through each job description, make sure you're talking about the results that you can deliver, because that's ultimately the most important thing that's going to translate to a potential employer, to show them why you are the best of the best. And at the end of the day, the only way you get paid the top bucks is by showcasing that you're the best. So on your LinkedIn profile, when you're going through and you have your job descriptions listed, really critical for you to make sure you're linked to your employer so that their logo shows up. That just shows the level of detail that you've given to your LinkedIn profile. In that same section where you can write a description, we just talked about the STAR method. Make sure you mention your results. Don't list out duties. From job to job, it should also be consistent how you have the information listed, because again, you're telling a story. So think about grade school, how you learn to write a story. There is a beginning, a middle, and an end. And so the beginning of your LinkedIn story is your profile picture, your tagline, and your summary. The middle is really going to be your job descriptions. The end, that's the part where they contact you. So in the middle, where we are right now, where we're talking about the job descriptions. If you've been featured in any media, whether that is an alumni magazine, professional association, a video, an online article that you've been featured in or that you've written, attach those appropriate pieces of media to your LinkedIn profile under the job description or your summary section. And this should be consistent throughout for as much media that you have. So LinkedIn calls it media. Again, it's going to be any videos, slideshows, pictures, articles that you've been featured in or that you've written goes under that media section. This is really key to adding the media and establishing your expertise. And because you're establishing your expertise, that is what's going to separate you from everyone else and to show a potential new employer that you're worth the top of the salary range. Now, if you don't have a media, you can use a tool like Canva, canva.com, and you can put together a really nice presentation that showcases what you've done and the results that you've delivered, and attach that, save it as a PDF, and attach that to the job description. Again, this is making it more robust and it's showing your level of expertise. So for whatever industry that you're in, you need to make sure that whatever media you're attaching is relevant to the type of jobs that you want, and that it also lends credibility to show that you are at the top of your game when it comes to the work that you do. So ultimately what this is doing is it's showing how you can add value to them. Your story from beginning to middle to end is showcasing to a potential employer the level of value you will add to them. One of the things that you should also pay attention to is the amount of recommendations that you have, as well as the recommendations that you've given. So LinkedIn shows everyone the recommendations that you have, as well as the recommendations that you were given. So if you're doing a quid pro quo type of deal where you're asking a colleague, write a recommendation for me, I'll write one for you, that's going to be very transparent, and there's nothing wrong with that. However, it needs to be balanced out so that when someone from the outside is looking in, they're able to see, okay, well, this person just probably got all of their friends to write a review, versus you have some clients or colleagues or previous supervisors or previous team members or employees who have written things about you. So just make sure it's a relevant mix in there. Also, your LinkedIn URL. Your LinkedIn profile page is its own website. So if you look at your URL, it might have default your name and a bunch of numbers behind it. Go ahead and customize that. Go to the help section of LinkedIn and type in, how do I customize my LinkedIn URL? It's going to walk you through step by step how to do that. The reason why that's important is because you want people to easily be able to get back to you. Again, this is a web page and it's a quick and easy fix. You're showing that you are an expert and that you are taking care of your professional brand, and that's just another way to demonstrate that by customizing that URL. So let's go to the M part, contact information. On your contact information, you can share with people who are connected to you. You can share an email address and a phone number. I've even seen some people have a physical home address. I don't recommend that. I think email is a good thing to put on there if you don't feel like putting or feel comfortable putting your phone number. But in the settings section of your LinkedIn profile, under the privacy settings, you can go in and hit a feature that says you give LinkedIn permission to show your profile to recruiters and hiring managers. So you can go in and hit that switch. It's under the privacy settings, and LinkedIn is always updating their platform, okay? They're adding new features and new tools all the time. With that being said, you should definitely pay attention to when you notice big changes. Do a quick Google search. LinkedIn's really good with giving you articles and videos to tell you about the new features they've added to the platform, so that your profile is best positioned so that you can command top dollar by showcasing your expertise. So listen, as a quick recap, the best way to use your LinkedIn profile to increase your salary and get paid top dollar is by making sure it's filled out thoroughly in a manner that, one, showcases you are the best at what you do, shows your level of expertise, it accurately reflects the type of value you're going to deliver to a potential new employer. And when you are the cream of the crop, the best of the best, and your LinkedIn profile backs that up, as well as your interviews and your resume and your reference checks, et cetera, you're going to be a slam dunk candidate, and it's going to push you into the high end of a salary range for a job. So any questions that you have, send me your questions at JacquelineTwilley.com. More than happy to answer any questions. Also, let's connect on LinkedIn. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did enjoy the video, go ahead and hit subscribe to the YouTube channel. That way you can be updated anytime we release a new video. And also join my email list because I send out nuggets every week, just like something like this, to help you make more money and to set yourself apart from everyone else in the workforce. Until next time, keep emulating excellence and eliminating excuses.